Everyone, welcome back to a new post today. Let's continue with the most important topics that you need to keep track for January 4th with regard to the upcoming UPSC preliminary examination of 2025. The very first is about HMPV now. It is human metapneumovirus, which was in news in China and has raised an alarm for the COVID-like situation. It is a respiratory disease and that causes flu or cold-like symptoms, but can increase the risk and also lead to more serious complications like bronchitis and pneumonia, particularly among the elderly, young children and immunocompromised people. Now, the disease is in the same of the family as respiratory syncytial virus and has been in around since 2001 when it was last identified in Netherlands. Its outbreak is concentrated mostly in colder regions. So cases have been surging in China and particularly among the children. The country's Center for Disease Control has warned the people to take precautions regarding health and hygiene and also push back again online claims of overwhelmed hospital and fears of another COVID-like pandemic in the country. Surging HMPV cases in northern China have prompted some online alarm, and experts say that the risk of another COVID pandemic is low. The meeting of the WHO and the related agencies was held and they have been taking stock of the situation. So how serious is HMPV? Now, the symptoms are similar to cold or flu and they are one of the several viruses that often come under the broader definition of common cold. It is mostly, as I said, the people at risk are the old, the young children and the infants. HMPV is not like COVID-19 in that it has been found around for several decades, and there is a level of immunity in the global population from the past infections of HMPV. The experts say that the COVID-19 was a new disease and never infected the humans before, therefore driving a pandemic-like spread. And for a number of years, we were taking precautions with regard to HMPV, and therefore there is nothing to panic. So what exactly are the symptoms of HMPV? As I said, common cold, respiratory uneasiness, fever, headache, etc. These are the common symptoms of HMPV in children. However, the challenge is that we do not have a vaccine for the HMPV. So this was a news with regard to China. The next is about the National Framework for Agriculture Marketing, now which was released by the Center. It is a draft national policy on framework for agriculture marketing, and it was put to the public for comments, suggesting moving towards a unified national market for agriculture produced through a single licensing and registration system and also a single fee. It allows setting up of private wholesale markets, permits wholesale direct purchase by the processors, exporters, organized retailers, bulk buyers from farm gate, declaring warehouses, silos, cold storages as deemed market, allowing establishment operating of private e-trading platform, single time levy of market fees at the state, and rationalization of the market fee and commission charges are some of the other key suggestions of the government to reform the agriculture market. The draft was released by the Agriculture Ministry last month, seeking comments from stakeholders for wider consultation, and a committee has been set up under the chairmanship of Faiz Ahmed Kidwai. Though the states and UTs have adopted some of the other measures in limited or uneven manner, but this draft suggests uniformity across the country with regard to agriculture marketing. And the next most important issue is about the draft digital data protection rules now being released. So these rules seeks to operationalize the Digital Data Protection Act of 2023. The rules place citizen at the heart of the data protection framework. Data fiduciaries should provide clear and accessible information of how the personal data of the citizens are processed, enabled informing consent. Citizens are empowered with rights to demand the data secure erasure, appoint digital nominees, and access user-friendly mechanisms to manage the data. India's model strikes a unique balance between fostering innovation and regulation. This is the second highlight of these rules. The rules embrace digital by design philosophy, consenting mechanisms, grievance redressal, functioning of data protection board are all envisaged in this. The rules they address stakeholder concerns. Businesses benefit from a pragmatic framework. Graded responsibilities cater to startups and MSMEs. They have an inclusive approach. The draft rules are based on a wide-ranging inputs gathered from various stakeholders and global study practices. And last is awareness initiatives. They recognize the importance of citizens' engagement and government plans as a comprehensive awareness campaign, and these initiatives will educate the citizens to protect their rights and responsibilities under the framework. The last issue is about China setting up counties. Counties are nothing but territorial divisions in certain countries that are formed as a chief unit of local administration. The Chinese government has announced the formation of 2 counties in the Zhejiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, and the 2 counties are Heian and Hegang. Now these fall in the part of jurisdiction of Ladakh, which is a territory of India. China is also building and constructing a dam on the Yarlung Sangbo, the Tibetan name for Brahmaputra, and this ambitious project is a part of Chinese 14 five-year plan. It is going to be the world's biggest infrastructure project globally and much larger than the Three Gorges Dam in China. So these are some of the important issues that I thought I should be tracking for you for January 4th. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you in my next post. Until then, it's very happy learning.